So test
Yeah, I
microphone.
can hear you now.
So okay, I think this is better.
Okay, so great.
So yeah, we're talking for five to 10 minutes without anyone hearing us. Sorry for the technical.
Thank you, Joe Burgos,
Yes.
for informing us that
Yes,
there's
for-
no
for
sound.
hinting
Maria
this.
Francesca, thank you, of course.
Okay.
And we have an echo because I have to mute myself. Okay,
Okay.
great.
Good.
So yeah, hello everyone. I'm your Mike. I'm Maria.
And welcome
And-
to this episode of TalkAlley, the 81st episode.
Of course.
Yes.
So we were talking about how's the COVID
The
situation,
COVID situation,
here.
yes.
And Mike, how's
Yes.
the COVID situation?
For the COVID situation, everything seems stable for now, although clinics and doctors advise for people to wear the mask inside closed or enclosed public buildings. But it's overshadowed, all the headlines are overshadowed by the health ministry having investigations for tons of masks being disposed because they expire. So listeners and viewers might think, how do masks expire, right?
Exactly.
And who bought them that they expire at the date where they are needed the most? That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were talking about the face shields in Manila.
Yeah, good, because you said the government's not investigating about the expired face mask, and that was relating to the incident where there was investigation in Manila, also in the Philippines, because of the face shields that was used. It used to be a trend.
Yes.
Everyone was wearing, besides wearing a full mask, you are also required to wear a face shield, which was unnecessary according to medical experts. But setting that aside, it was bought really at a very high price and was bidded by a company that was not really that was new. So maybe I don't know really about what happened, but I think maybe there are qualifications for companies to be allowed to bid and win such matters. So anyway, I have not heard of anyone going to jail for it. So that's a difference. Here in Germany, most likely, if there was really a case
investigation
after the investigation, someone is probably going to resign or go to jail.
Yes, at the end there someone has to be responsibility for what happened. Maybe it will still be the former health minister, which was Jens Spahn at the time, but for now the current health minister Lauterbach is fighting for not having a campaign where we scare the people to have a COVID fear again. So he wants to avoid this, and this is his priority right now. To go into the autumn and the winter season with not having fear. This is the campaign that he's doing. So moving on.
So yes, of course. And what else? What are the top 3 trending Twitter trends in Germany? First is the Masked Singer.
Yes, for the Masked Singer, we had yesterday a revelation, so to say. So in the music show, The Masked Singer, for the German episode, another character had to take off his mask, and underneath it was a man from the Saarland, who is the best known from another ProSieben format. He's from the ProSieben channel. The whistle blows, so no further. Creative director and longtime Germany's Next Top Model judge Thomas Hayo has been unmasked in the ProSieben show, The Masked Singer, disguised as a whistle, and thus was eliminated. So.
Okay, so what's the next Twitter trend, Mike?
Yeah, the next Twitter trend is, of course, for those football enthusiasts and for those who are fans of the Eintracht Frankfurt club. Eintracht Frankfurt won against the Bayer Leverkusen 04 with a score of 5-1. So Bayer Leverkusen has to go on the Abstiegsplatz. I don't know the English word for this now, but to the last places where they have to move down even to the second Bundesliga. And at the same time, Eintracht Frankfurt is going to move up to the 4th place, which is good because Eintracht Frankfurt, yay!
Yay!
Yes.
So
And for the
and for the last
to the
one,
trend, we have the hashtag. Can you help me? This is the hashtag DDB. Yes.
yeah.
This is with regards to the Federal Delegation Conference of the Green Party.
Mhm.
It's the 48th that takes place in Bonn between October 14th and the 16th. So for everyone, yes, the local and district member assemblies or district delegates assemblies, the state assemblies or state delegate conference, the state council, also called the state council, the women's council, the federal finance council, and the party council. They meet and they are going to have a commission within the scope, and they are discussing laws that they want to pass for the green conference.
Okay, green.
Yes.
So what do you think of that?
Well, yeah.
So it's good for the environment, right?
It's good for the environment.
We of course we root for that as long as it's going to help the environment, climate change, and all the other things that we've been, going through for the past years.
Yes.
Right, the heavy flooding
Yes.
all over the world. It's really wow.
Yes, the green currently are not also on my headline. My current headline is the change on the energy. Yes, that we are in the Energiewende at the moment, and of course the current happening in the Ukraine is something that I'm following the most.
Okay, so what's any update?
Besides the updates that you can read across the local news on the Tagesschau and the ZDF, you know that the Russia annexed 2 or 3 regions of Ukraine, which of course is violating the human rights and everything. It's violating everything that there is out there. So the bridge, the Krim bridge, has been destroyed, as you know, and Russia was having a Vergeltungsschlag, a strike back in Ukraine, and bombed half of Ukraine just to show their power. So it's all sad news, of course, but we are with the Ukrainian people. Yes.
That okay. So, Mike, before we introduce our guest, I guess, because she's not here yet, right?
We also like to
greet my friends.
Yes.
Hello, Jessica. She's traveling with Stefan right now. I hope you're having a wonderful date weekend.
Safe travels to you guys.
Yes, and of course, I would like to say hello to my friends Kat, Kai, and Nini who are watching us every week. Love you guys. So, thank you, everyone.
Yes, and Maria, before we anything else, we would like to thank the ones who support our episode.
Yes.
Of course, this is amazing pure organic barley, which provides you with stamina and vigor to survive long hours of work and play. For inquiries, please contact Miss Jess Esquilio. You may also email her at jess@esquilio.de for more information.
I am Maritoni Fernandez, and we are in the middle of a barley field here in Swan Hill, Australia.
Well, we think we have the best barley in the world because of our clean irrigation water. Water comes from the Murray River, which is a freshwater river. All our drinking water comes from the Murray River too. So it's full of nutrients, and also the climate is perfect for growing winter cereals. Clean, green, certified organic.
Yeah, we're certified with NASA, which is one of the Australian certifications for organic. IAM Worldwide gets its barley grass powders from Herbal, which sources them from us at NutriGreen, so you're guaranteed the best barley grass powders in the world.
I am truly proud to say that we are now the sole distributor in the Philippines for NutriGreen barley.
Amazing pure organic barley provides you with stamina and vigor to survive long hours of work and play. For inquiries, please contact Miss Jess Esquilio. You may also email her at jess@esquilio.de for more information.
So, hi, Mike. Our guest, you are going to introduce her for us, please?
Yes, so our guest is Executive Director of the National Book Development Board, the NBDB, primary mover for Culture Aid, founder of the Manila Collectible Corporate, and founding director of Museo ng Muntinlupa. So with interdisciplinary experience that spans the public and private sector, she creates an environment that empowers and amplifies voices, connecting communities and organizations that otherwise might not cross paths. As the NBDB executive director, she has focused on expanding the domestic and international market through regional and global affairs, retail subsidies, and the like. She also envisioned and spearheaded the book Nook, storytelling and reading communities filled with Pinoy books for kids at heart. To date, there are 90 book Nooks from Ifugao to Tawi-Tawi. She has a BA in anthropology and marketing from San Francisco State University and is pursuing her graduate studies in museum studies at Harvard. Welcome to TalkAlley, NBDB Executive Director Charisse Aquino Tugade.
And of course, we are still waiting for Executive Director Charisse Aquino Tugade. And she has not come in yet.
Yes.
Sent her the link to, of course, our friend Anthony John Belize is also Director of National Development Board of the Philippines, also helping us reach out to her. And hopefully in a few minutes, she will be here to join us. Can you please show the video first?
Yes, we will show the video that you have prepared. Yes, this is a quick teaser, I would say, for the Books Philippines, because we are also giving the message to the listeners and viewers out there that the Frankfurter Buchmesse is taking place this year from October 19 to 23. I will show the short teaser again.
Yes.
Yes, so for everyone out there, the listeners and viewers, please visit the Frankfurter Buchmesse. TalkAlley will also be present during this one of these dates to check out the Filipino section and also all the other sections. For me, very interesting is also the Japanese section always. And we have also met personally John from the last.
I remember we went to the Frankfurter Buchmesse last year.
Yes, that's correct.
With the kids.
It was sponsored by the Canadians, wasn't it? Yes, and I think we also had a episode about this. Check it out in our videos on YouTube and Facebook. We met John. It was a very great experience. We met also our very dear soprano.
We also met there the founder of Comiket. Yes, Paolo. Yeah, he was also there. Was promoting his books, the books that he has produced as well. He's also a publisher, so he also was promoting the books that he has published. So it was really fun. I really enjoyed it there last year. So now it's gonna be bigger, I think, but we'll know more about it when.
Yes. The last Frankfurter Buchmesse was in different buildings of the Frankfurt Messe premises. So we were able to share. We were able to be there. We were next to the Japanese booth, which was very nice also for the kids.
Yeah,
because
we had souvenirs.
We had souvenirs, and we were collecting a lot of memories.
Of course, speaking of books, I'm going to promote the book of my friend as well. And of course, the book of Jubel and Dong, 5 Women, is still available on Amazon. Please do get a copy now.
Yes.
Hello. So, do you want me to read an excerpt here? Wait, I'll pick up one. Which one? Why don't you pick one? Kai, are you watching us now? You should pick one. Which poetry should I read? Hi Kai, are you there?
Just scroll to the book, and whatever opens up to you, you should read the first few lines.
Okay, fine. I'll open a page and then I'll read something.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, linger. So, for what it's worth, I still every once in a while shed a tear or two. Looking at this memento, it makes me remember you. If only I could linger a little longer, I'd indulge myself over again. If perchance, still with that good now lost friend. Oh, this is so sad. I hate you, Nini. Reminds me of so many things. So anyway,
Yes. So for listeners and viewers, you know that during our episodes of Talk Alley, we had different authors,
books that have been featured.
that have been featured. I will review them or show them here. For example, that we also saw this one from Joanna Lynn Cruz during the teaser. Her book Abinako, or So I Thought.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we had, of course, our choreographer that we had also last time in our show, but this time she was only advertising her choreography studio.
You had her twice.
We had her twice. First time for her book, which
actually
was
the
exciting.
second time that we had her, she forgot because she was in the US, so she forgot the schedule.
Yes,
anyway.
this we are talking about Sharon Brach, of course.
Sharon Brach,
Yes,
exactly.
Then this is the book that MJ was showing right now from the collected poems, Five Women from Jubail Andong. And then we have, of course, the book of Vincent Boris. Yeah, I Want to Learn the Guitar, book 2. Shout out to Vincent there. Hi, Vincent.
Ryan in the UK.
Yes. Then from last time during the Frankfurter Buchmesse, Bless, our soprano, Bless Chavez Bernstein, was introducing and also selling her book, In the Typhoon's Eye, a storytelling childhood book. And she is really very, very nice.
Okay, so we are waiting and she will be with us in a minute. So what else?
Yes, then we have from
that's her second book.
This is her second book from Sharon Brach, written illustrations in English and German, the little things that matter. And we also saw earlier in the teaser again from Joanna Lynn B. Cruz. I pronounced this rhyme correctly. It's Tingle. I was pronouncing it Tingle earlier because of Tingle.
Joanna, I have actually, in fact, she sent a copy to Nini, but I brought it with me. Joanna, I have that copy. I know you dedicated it to Nini, but I really wanted to read it after reading your other book. I'm already finishing the other book. So.
It's in your bookstand next to you. But I saw it there. It's very popping out because of the cover. It's really beautiful and attracts people who see it.
I love it.
Yes.
I really, and of course, Sol Gadong's books also. I have bought them with me. Talagang hinunt down ko yung mga bookstores doon just to find her books. But in fact, I'm still missing a lot. I think she's already published 6 or 8 books already. I only have 2. Ang hirap. It's really hard to find her books. They're all sold out. So, hopefully I'd be able to get a copy of the books. But I know that Joanna's books will be here in Frankfurter Buchmesse, right? She was in the commercial. So anyway, again, can you please introduce our guest, Mike?
Yes. So our guest has arrived now. I will introduce her again. So our guest for today is the Executive Director of the National Book Development Board, primary mover for Culture Aid, founder of the Manila Collectible Co., and founding director of Museo ng Muntinlupa. With disciplinary experience that spans the public and private sector, she creates an environment that empowers and amplifies voices, connecting communities and organizations that otherwise might not cross paths. As the NBDB Executive Director, she has focused on expanding the domestic and international market through regional and global fairs, retail subsidies, and the like. She also envisioned and spearheaded the Book Nook, storytelling and reading communities filled with Pinoy books for kids and kids at heart. To date, there are 90 book nooks from Ifugao to Tawi-Tawi. She has a BA in anthropology and marketing from San Francisco State University and is pursuing her graduate studies in museum studies at Harvard. Welcome to TalkAlley, NBDB Executive Director Charisse Aquino Tugad. Hello, Charisse.
Hello, Charisse.
Hello, hi Maria, hi Mike. Thank you so much for having me on your wonderful show.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us here at TalkAlley.
Thank you.
Are you now in Germany?
Wonderful, wonderful. I am. Oh, it.
You are.
Yes, there you are.
There you are.
Oh my goodness, you know how it is. Internet in the islands. I am not in Germany yet. I am still in the Philippines.
That's why. We understand. So, yeah, welcome to TalkAlley. And surprisingly, Charisse looks very youthful, very young. Typically, you would expect to meet someone in their late 50s or 60s, but such a refreshing sight. So pretty.
How are you? Makeup. I don't have my makeup on.
So. But you look so pretty. Gosh, wala pa makeup. My gosh.
So, how's the weather currently in the Philippines there?
Oh, it's wonderful. The weather, we're at about I think we really do have some internet fluctuation.
Yes.
Okay. But I think it's okay even if the video is halting for time to time. If the voice is still fine, then continue talking.
But she has to go out and come back again.
Okay. Yeah, there you are again.
There you are again.
I am back. I am sorry. Am I audible?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
No worries.
Okay, perfect. Yes, we have perfect weather here. As you know, we're about 26, 27 as always, and today is not rainy.
Okay, so if you have questions for Charisse, please write them in the comment section below and we'll try our best to relay them to her. And of course, if you can support us now by sending us stars. Yes. So,
yeah.
First question.
So, yeah, also please do follow our page, follow our IG and the YT channel. Watch more episodes of TalkAlley. Charisse, before we ask you about the Frankfurter Book Messe, we want to know more about the National Book Development Board. What does NBDB do?
Yes, so NBDB, or NBDB, as my daughter likes to call it, we are the book agency of the Philippines. So we are in charge of creating a really robust environment for our publishers and ensuring that we are reading Filipino authored books. So we do things like we register the entire publishing value chain, which is the publishers, the authors, the creatives, all the way to, of course, the publishers. And we ensure to give them the services that they need so they can succeed. So one thing that we do, we provide education, such as the Book Institute of the Philippines, where we really try to professionalize the art of publishing and bookmaking and writing and illustration and all of that. We also provide grants and incentives, tax write-offs and things like that. So people are able to succeed and be able to sell books at a very affordable cost within the Philippines and throughout the world as well.
Okay, so Mike, in fact, there's 33 million pesos in grants and domestic incentive programs in 2021, such as large-scale institutional book buy programs like the Book Nook, reading centers, translation, publication, creative grants, and professional training already, successfully created by NBDB. One of its major projects is the setting up of Book Nooks, which promotes a culture of reading among the youth and their families. Book Nooks have been established from Ifugao to Tawi-Tawi, where 1,500 books from Filipino authors in local languages as well as foreign books are available. Of course, here in Europe, we have a lot of Book Nooks everywhere, right? We actually go to different Book Nooks here just to exchange. We exchange books. Like if we get books from the Book Nook, we make sure to bring another book to exchange what we got from the Nook. So what inspired NBDB to create these Book Nooks?
Well, the vision was when I entered the agency last year, it was really about trying to provide problems to, not providing problems, but to seek the problems and try to find solutions that are sustainable. And if you look at the reading in the Philippines, we have in many areas there is low functional literacy, which obviously translates to critical thinking and decision making and all of that. And we don't want that for our kids, right? And we have so many languages. It's so diverse. As you know, we speak, Filipino, Bisaya, Tiboli, all these different languages, more than 110 ethno-linguistic groups. Yet many of our children are not exposed to the books that represent their story, their narrative, their language. And that's problematic. That's extremely problematic. And today in the Philippines, we have about 24-1 import-export disparity. There are more books entering the Philippines that are not of their own experience, as opposed to the books that are of their own experience, which is fine, because we want to be in this global world. But if you're a young child, if you are a young brown child and you want to feel empowered, how will you feel empowered if everything that you read is Goldilocks and the Three Bears in winter, when in the Philippines we don't have that? So what we wanted to do is we wanted to do two things with the Book Nook. We wanted to be able to get the books that publishers were creating and buy it from these publishers, because COVID really killed the industry, and make sure that we buy it from these publishers and distribute it to areas where there is low access, areas where there are not a lot of retail stores and not a lot of libraries. So we wanted to do that. And we specifically chose indigenous and remote areas, obviously, because there are so many different languages and so many different cultures. And, just putting these book nooks would empower the communities more to not only read about Filipino and how great we are, but to also start putting their oral tradition to print. Because we are very much into oral tradition, right? We don't write our recipes down. We go to our lolas, and our lolas, tell us, oh, this is how you make adobo. But this is never put to print. And this is something that we want to do, right? Because we are living in a global world. So this is why we set up the Book Nook. Last year, we set up about 50. So what we do, we get the books. We get the books, and it's not only like getting a space and filling it up with books. It's not that. It's teaching people, teaching communities how to be sustainable and to really manage their space, because there's so many book donations, but what happens to the books, right? Do mothers know how to read to their children? So this is why we give a lot of books that are from pre-K to grade 3, because we want mothers and fathers and grandparents to read with their children in the language of their choice, any Filipino language of their choice. So that's why it's so important to us. Last year, we set up about 50. And this year, we are setting up about 44. And hopefully that just grows and grows. We need your support. So if you want to help out with the Book Nook.
We are glad to support.
Definitely. We are very, glad to support it. And of course, this is something really different. They're promoting different languages, provincial languages. You say it dialect or languages? It's languages, right?
It's languages.
Like Hiligaynon is language.
Languages, definitely.
Yes. Because when we were in school, like all of our subjects are in English, right? There wasn't any, because we went to the same university in the Philippines and international school. So, but we were never taught like the language of the province, right?
No.
All of our subjects were taught in English.
Yes.
So this is quite good that people from different communities have access to these books in their preferred language. Of course, that is very unique, right?
Yes.
So, and I have friends also written in their own language in the province, like Hiligaynon books, and I've tried reading them as well. And hopefully they will have translations in the future. Hello, friends, because it's really hard to follow the books as well. But
yes,
anyway,
for example, for our last episode, we had we had the brother of Sunshine was
Yeah.
last episode with us,
He-
and he
yeah,
is
Professor
Professor.
Emil Tidoro.
Yes, and he is known to have written
In Kinaray
in Kinaray,
language.
the most books published in the Kinaray language, right?
Exactly. And,
So
yeah.
and that was amazing. So Charisse, for what are the biggest challenges that NBDB is currently facing, and what are the steps that you are doing to resolve them in the terms of book development?
I guess in terms of in the Philippines, we don't have a lot of raw material for the books. So paper, we don't really produce paper. We don't have a lot of paper milling anymore as we used to, because there are other products that we now focus on. But paper is not that. So that can be a problem because at the end of the line, right? So you can write, you can do all of these things, but when you actually publish it, and there's not enough paper, and that's something that we have to import. And also there are issues of piracy. So these are things that we're trying to address as well. And I think that's something that is kind of around the world. And another thing that we're grappling with is this whole thing with digitization. So as much as we want for children to be able to access the internet or to be digital, there are many areas that aren't. So, although you want to democratize kind of reading and make sure that everyone has access to books, that might not really be the case here. As much as we want it to be, people, you can't just, say, even if you have free ebooks, they won't be able to download it, because a lot of the free applications on the phones in the Philippines are Facebook. So that's what people have access to, and not necessarily these free kind of audiobooks or free ebooks that are available. So that's something that we're working on, and also just professionalizing the industry, because our country is so, like, we're bursting, I guess, with all of these creatives, right? And like bursting at the seams, I feel. And everyone I meet, like you, Maria and Mike, like there's just so much, coming, like emanating from like your heart and your soul. And this is every time I meet Filipinos, it's the same thing. But yet the professionalization, the classes that we need to take in order to professionalize it one more step, I think is still not there. So that's why we're trying to add all of these courses so that people can be a little bit more professional. Oh, my daughter is right beside me. Wow.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Guten Tag.
Hi, guten Tag. Will she be? We were going to talk about the Frankfurter Buchmesse. Is she going to travel with you, or are you going to?
No, she isn't. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Okay, so for the Frankfurt Book Fair, what was your question?
Yes, we'll talk about the Frankfurter Buchmesse 2022, which the Philippines is participating. What is the goal of NBDB in the Frankfurter Buchmesse?
Okay, so we want Germany to pick up our books, and we want to see our stories and our books in your shores in Germany and all around Europe. So if you know any distributors that are looking to distribute books in their stores, if you know someone that's interested in buying rights, in purchasing our rights for whatever, translation, adaptation, a movie, a musical, theater, whatnot, merchandise, furniture, we are here. And as I said, because we have so many creatives, and there's just so many things that our stories are just so like interesting, and I feel that it resonates with the rest of the world. So hopefully we can get picked up. So that's why we're here. We're going to be at Frankfurter Buchmesse from Wednesday to Sunday. Wednesday to Friday is for kind of the wholesalers, I guess, and kind of the agents and all of that. But Saturday and Sunday, it's open to the public. So we do hope to see all of you there.
And you will be there during all of these days from 19 to 23?
Yes, I will. Actually, I think I'll be there 19 to 22, but my colleagues are going to be there, and we have all of these amazing publishers from the Philippines that are flying out just to be with all of you.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about technology, and the access of people is not everyone can access technology, is that what she has mentioned. So it's really more challenging now to make the young generation grab a book, right? So my final question that Mike, I love books and love reading. literature forms an important part of our education. If this generation would ask you, how does literature fit into our everyday lives? How is it important to you, literature? How would you tell them that it's important to read a book, to grab and read a
Because
book?
I think it's important. Maybe what I would say, like what I say to my daughter, it's you're opening another world, right? It's
Yes.
another world. So you turn a page and it's another experience, and it expands your mind and it expands your creativity and knowledge and teaches you to be empathetic of others and kind of the world around you. And so hopefully I do hope that the more people, especially in the Philippines, more children and their parents just start to read more and just kind of like journey into that exciting every page is an exciting experience.
Yes.
Yes.
And your final question, Mike.
So my final question, Charisse. Final question is, how do you balance your work and personal life?
Not right now.
Oh my gosh. Actually, that's why I'm late because I keep right.
So good.
It's quite well because I'm a mother of 3 and I'm a wife of a very wonderful husband. I'm named J Art. So you just try to do what you can and try to just make sure that you're on top of everything, and sometimes you're not and sometimes you are, and you just go with the flow.
And of course, finally, please do invite the Filipino community here in Germany again to visit us at the Frankfurter Book Messe.
Okay, all right. So, mga kababayan, our wonderful family over there in Germany, we do hope to see all of you at the Frankfurter Book Messe, or the Frankfurt Book Fair. We are at Hall 6. B5, and we will be there from October 19 to 23. We do hope to see you there. If you're not able to make it, but I hope you do. Mura lang yung tickets. The tickets are not so expensive. If you want to know more about it or whatnot, you can follow us at National Book Development Board of the Philippines, and we are on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter as well. So we do hope all of you can join us, and Maria and Mike. We have a party the first day, so I will see you at the party.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
We will definitely be there,
come.
and looking forward to meeting you.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, and all the information that they need is already on the ticker.
Yes, on the ticker below you can see the contacts for Facebook and the website at least. And we'll also lead you to the other social platforms for the National Book Development Board Philippines.
And of course, Charisse, thank you so much for being with us on TalkAlley, and we will see you soon.
Yes, see you here in Germany. We'll welcome you.
Thank you. Salamat po.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye. See you soon. Yes.
Okay, so that was great and fun, and I'm really looking forward to attend another book messe in Frankfurt.
Yes, it was really nice to see how the kids last time on the Philippine booth were engaged, especially our little son. He was browsing through all the books, especially the ones that he saw for the I'll say it here for the Aswang. He was interested in the old what you call these legends and myths.
Yes, that's true.
That are being passed down.
He really asked Jan for that book, right?
Yes.
Before we left, so we had that book. So now we're learning more about the Philippine. What do you call that? Philippine. You were mentioning
tradition.
No, tradition. The spirits and the fairies.
The Aswang.
Yes, that's one. What do you call that? What do you call that, Chess? Myths.
The myths, for example. Yes. So yes, for the listening viewers, Charisse also already said it. The booth is going to be set up in the Frankfurt Book Messe at Hall 6, B5. So
B5.
We'll be there. We'll be bringing the whole family because we are all bookworms. Yes.
Yeah,
If
true.
it's either browsing or looking at pictures or really reading the content.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
We'll be there.
going there. And of course, the tickets are not so expensive.
Yes.
As what Charisse mentioned. And please do support all our Filipino authors, publishers, and writers, and people from National Book Development Board who will be there to, of course, assist you with everything that you need. And of course, the Frankfurter Book Messe last year inspired me to learn more about publishing. Right?
Publishing.
That's why we
yes.
were able to publish our first book, which is, again, I'm going to promote Five Women, still out in Amazon. Please grab your copies now.
Yes,
So,
Five Women
yeah,
from Jubei
this
Andong.
inspired me to actually learn more about publishing,
Yes.
especially for our local artists in the Philippines, writers and poets. I really want to do more about it, and now I'm still researching on that field, and hopefully by next year I'll be able to like have the right people to be able to
Connect to.
and to I have already a lineup of people for next year. So
Yes.
yeah, yay, more
Yes.
books to come.
More books to come, more to learn, and for the listeners and viewers, we'll be glad to see you at the Buchmesse Frankfurt from the 19th to 23. We will not be there on every day, but we'll one or 2 days we'll be there. Maybe we'll meet each other, and yeah,
Yes.
we'll see you there.
So thank you everyone for being with us today on TalkAlley.
Yes, this is Mike,
And I'm Maria.
and this is TalkAlley.
Stay kind.
Yes, spread the love. Bye.